Greetings and peace. Hope you and yours are doing well today, wherever you might be watching this from. Now, the title of today's video is humanity a species that's worth saving? Now, that is a difficult question, but that's a question that will ultimately be decided by the collective free will and fate of humanity. And when you all collectively come together to make a decision or stand upon it, that will ultimately determine your fate on who you are and what you stand for. Now, I was inspired to make this video with an incident that I saw the other day when I was at the park, where I was sitting on the bench on the opposite side, and I saw this old lady. She was walking with a walker, about in her late 80s or early 90s, I presume. And there was somebody, she was walking on the street trying to get to the sidewalk, and there was somebody from the back that was coming like very fast, and he stopped and he scolded her and said, "Why are you out here during this age?" And he made her feel some type of way. And then I ran towards the car, and by the time I got there, he saw me coming and he sped away. So I made sure that the lady was safe and she was okay. She got on the sidewalk. And then that made me realize that why is humanity always in this chaos where we're always trying to hurt each other, put each other down, trying to take advantage of someone, trying to one up the other person, or trying to throw people under the bus, regardless of age, gender, race, religion, all of that stuff. I go to the park, there's trash all over the place, and I tell people, once you stop fighting about whose race, religion, or politics is superior, why don't you come back to healing this world where there's trash all over the place, people are not happy, communities are falling apart, and they're still expecting the people at the top to come and rescue you. And my answer to you is that the change happens on the local level. I made a video about this like about 7 months ago, that in order for you to bring changes to your lives and your community, it has to be done by community by community. You can't expect a big chain of command to trickle all the way down to affect you personally with the issue that you stand for. So it's all a collective fate that's shared with one another. But humanity will not progress unless you get out of that mindset about race, religion, politics, and all those things that make you separate from each other. And anything that causes separation or anything that causes disunity is ungodly. So remember, why are we seeing changes in the world right now? Because collectively the people have a same mindset. And once you're all on the same page, then the changes will start to happen. Because if you read any of the Holy Scriptures, it'll tell you that the divine dwells within you. And if you all collectively come together, then that's you coming together and co-creating your reality. Because God also tells you that I will not help you unless you help yourself. So you got to help yourself, and that's when the blessings will come. And that's what we're seeing with people, because once you manifest a frequency, because you got to fix yourself first. You got to look yourself in the mirror and fix yourself first, and see that once my internal temple manifests outside, that's when I will see the positive changes around me. That's why many of the Sufi saints say that I myself am heaven and hell. So if you want to keep yourself in a state of heavenly being, then that's the reality you'll project, from your physical temple. Now, if you want to stay in a negative, low vibration, fighting with each other about race, religion, politics, then that's the reality you will create for yourself. And I would say that with the rest of 2020, especially December 21st, 2020, with all of the planets being in alignment, the agents of chaos that exist in all races, religions, and countries and groups, their job is to keep you in as much fear and a division as possible. So I would tell you, always choose love, not fear. Don't fall into their traps, and keep yourself at a very, very high, elevated, sky-high vibration pace from now till January 2021 and beyond. Because the acceleration of all the spiritual changes that are taking place will continue to do so. So you must not fall into any traps that set you apart from your fellow man. Because if you look at it this way, what difference does it make who wins or who doesn't? They're all millionaires and billionaires. Who can sympathize with you, the one living from paycheck to paycheck? Do you have the qualification to run for office, or do you have to be a millionaire and billionaire? So see, that's why I say the system is not represented by the will of the people and for them, for the issues that they want to see dealt with. And that it comes down to the local level. You got to take charge of your local level and see what kind of news is being produced in your local newspapers, local post office, local government, because where you are is the municipality that affects you. So you got to deal with it from that approach. And once enough people do it, and let's say 1,000 people come together and have the same intention in their heart and wish for the same thing, then that's something that you can manifest quicker. It's all about the law of attraction and your intent. Intent is the most important thing, and what you want to put out there. So, think about what I'm telling you. And, is humanity a species worth saving? That will be determined by you, because it's our greed. It's the humanity's greed, where you have a system that values profits over more human lives. You look at games like Resident Evil, The Last of Us, and all these games that have monsters in them that are trying to, hurt the humans. But who were the ones who made those monsters? It was the humans, for the purpose of greed and control. If you really start looking into all of their stories and the lessons they're trying to teach you, Scooby-Doo, it was always a human being involved. So, the concept of, if you want to create this place a heaven on earth, then you all got to do it collectively. If you want to create this place as a hell on earth, then that will be your collective decision with your free will as well. And that's the beauty about the divine forces, is that they will never interfere in your free will unless you ask them yourself personally to help you, to intercede on your behalf. That's when the blessings will come, and that's when you will be able to bring positive changes. So we can get out of this mindset of, I'm better than someone else, or this person's beneath me, and this person doesn't have any regard. Like some cultures you have, that they don't give any regard to their younger people in their families, because they think whatever they do is wrong, even if they're right. So we got to get out of that mindset. I mean, we're in the post-2020 world now. You got to be in that mindset that you got to hear everyone out. Like myself, I'm going to be in my 30s soon. I'm 28. And if there's somebody that's younger than me, I can learn something from, I'll learn from them. It's not about who's right or wrong or about the age. Somebody older than me, I'll learn from them. So, greed, ego, that collective fate inside of you, how you feel about yourself and others, and what you should wish for yourself, you should wish for your brother. Once we start getting back on that page step by step, that's when humanity will be a species worth saving, because then you're going to save yourself. So think about what I'm telling you, and choose love, not fear, for the rest of this year. Uncle Sal loves you and all of your families, and I pray for all of humanity. Thank you.